So we started off with this AMT 1972 Chevrolet Fleetside model kit. This is the Coca-Cola version. I believe this kit was originally released in 1979. I know it's been released a bunch of other times afterwards, but this is the kit that I started. This came from a bargain discount outlet nearby that a lot of us model builders are aware of. I did not have any direction when I originally purchased the kit as far as a build was concerned. But, so as I got into thinking about what this build was going to be, I was working on a separate project and ended up going through my old collection of decals, and I found a set of decals from 1980 that came with the Cooter Davenport tow truck model kit from the Dukes of Hazzard. I don't have any of the other parts from the model kit, but I did have the decals. And for some reason, the decals and the model kit kind of connected for me, and I thought, I'm going to make some kind of shop truck out of this. Not a tow truck, but a shop truck. But this decal sheet is really what started the entire process. It was the inspiration for the entire build. Once I got started on this, typical of any of my builds is, first thing probably going to happen is anything that needs to be primered is going to be primered. So the entire body, basically two-piece setup where the cab is a separate piece and the bed is a couple of other separate pieces, but they're not connected to the cab per se. They attach to the chassis. So anyway, so the whole thing got primed, and then I started taking a look at what was going to be next, and the next thing was going to be some simple modifications to the body, and you will notice the lower chrome strip down near the rocker on this particular build is being removed. There's a reason behind that. Well, there's actually a couple of reasons behind that, and I just think it looks better, and it also gave me a better surface area to place the door decals that you'll see later on. So I do not have any pictures or video of the engine assembly for this particular build. I forgot to do that. However, as you can see in this photo, there is the engine trans in the chassis. The chassis of this kit is incredibly simple. All the detail is molded into the chassis, so there's no, how do I want to say, assembly required for this outside of what would be considered the front spindles and tires and wheels. Other than that, it's a really, really simple chassis. And you can tell by the pictures here. So I tried to do a little bit of painting to kind of brighten it and add a little detail. So you'll notice here that the primered body parts have been placed on the lack of detailed chassis, a mock-up. Kind of get an idea how this thing's gonna look. Put the grill on there. Typical mock-up stuff. You know, nothing really over the top on this. But it kind of gives you an idea of what this is going to look like when it's fully assembled. And it keeps the creative juices flowing. So staying along the same lines as I was talking about before with the decal, I decided that the appropriate colors for this particular build were going to be orange for the body and tan beige color for the interior. Those are the colors of the general lead. So I figured I would just kind of carry that over onto this, kind of have that whole theme going there, you know, whole sort of Dukes of Hazzard situation happening. So as you can see here, the orange paint has been applied to the body. The snow cover has been painted black. And I started to do a little bit of weathering patina on the body. And you'll see some more of that as the build progresses. A couple of things that I noticed with this kit was when I was doing the interior assembly, there's no gear shifter. The transmission in the kit is an automatic, but there's no shifter anywhere on the interior. So there's nothing on the column, and there's nothing in a console on the floor. The kit has nothing in it. It's not that it was a separate piece. So something to remember, so I had to find a suitable console shifter type thing to put in. It's not a big deal, but something I found odd, that just wasn't part of the interior. And as you can see In these last couple of photos here, this is the finished model kit, sporting 40-some-year-old decals from a completely different kit. But I kind of think it works. Patina it up, some details on there to kind of make it pop a little bit. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way the build turned out. Pretty straightforward, but I dig it. I think it thought my idea kind of came to fruition nicely. So as I was doing the final assembly of this fine 72 Chevy Fleetside model kit, I noticed something, and it inspired me to try something a little bit different. I remember seeing shop rags being used as gas caps on, beater cars and farm trucks and whatever. And I thought, what would be kind of cool? A shop rag gas cap.